It's Hololive time! Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today we're going to have a look at the Nendoroid number 1792. It's Uruha Rushia. The cute boing boing Necromancer returns. Not a pettan, not a pettan. We already had a look at the Figma, but I also wanted to get the Nendoroid because, as I mentioned beforehand, this is probably the last time we're going to get some merchandise from Uruha Rushia because she went into unfortunate early graduation because of some things I don't really want to talk about. Drama to the side, you know, I just love the character, I love the design. That's why I picked it up, and that's why I want to have a look at it right now.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
This figure, small as it is, stands at about a little over 9 centimeters to the top of the head, which means we are going up to, I'm always putting her down, so I align with the ruler, 3.5 inches tall, size comparisons. Here's Jolter, the Sage Figure Art Son Goku, Naka Michelangelo, Figma Rushia, Hachimachima, Eli Tomiko, and Darkseid. I think it's funny though how Good Smile can make two versions of the same character, one for the Nendoroids and one for the Figmas, and still like kind of have them be different in coloring. Like the Nendoroid is so much brighter in all the color tones, and I don't know if I like it. I think the darker one from the Figma suits it a little bit better. Obviously, I just want to compare for the colors and whatnot. This is not, you know, these figures are obviously completely different. You have the big chibi hat on the Nendoroid, and yeah. Anyway, two different brands. I just thought it was funny. The other thing is like on the Nendoroid, you have these small little white kind of dots on her sleeves, which I didn't do on the Figma, which is kind of the same thing I had with the pop-up raid for Sakura Miko, where there was some detail that was better on the Nendoroid. The smaller Nendoroid. What the hell? Anyway, back to the figure at hand. Oh my god, the face sculpt. You have the face sculpt, the big red eyes with the butterfly in there. That's the nice detail we got in a lot of Hololive characters. If you look at the eyes, there's like sometimes weird things in there, like Bay has bombs and Pekora has also the bunny ears. Then we have the buns on the top of the head with the little skull on it, and a little bit of blue detail around it, and the ribbon going down. The hair doesn't have as much shading as we had for the Figma, for example. This one just looks straight up green. I can barely notice. I mean, it's supposed to be purple down here, but it looks more blue. So again, with the brighter color scheme, it doesn't really look that great, I feel like. Then we have the blue line that goes on the collar. It's a bit unclean, but it is a very small blue line. We have the skull in the front, and of course, the butterflies, the trademark of the character, and also the black on top of the dress doesn't really line up, so got some more issues with that. And I don't really know what's going on with the green dots in there. Why is that so dark out of everything? The green and the butterflies and like the green in general in the dress is just incredibly dark. I don't know. I disagree with this this color scheme. And then we have, as I mentioned, the little dots which kind of look like snow on the front. Very much appreciate that, added that bit of added detail, and the butterfly in the back, and it's sponsor time. Another black diaper by Nendoroid. I mean, it's a sponsor, but yeah. Looks like a diaper down to the tiny, tiny shoes with like the frilly socks over it. I mean, it looks good, and overall, I feel like the paint on that is also clean enough. Obviously, it doesn't really hit the mark, but this is absolutely freaking tiny, so I don't want to complain about detail. That's just, you will never notice. You won't see it. You won't notice.
Don't.
For your articulation, this is an Nendoroid, so it's extremely basic. You have a ball hinge for the head, which you can rotate around, so you can make it go side to side. Now, obviously, if you hold on to this and move the head around and whatnot, as I was saying, it takes some playing around. Then we have a swivel for the shoulder, and the hands, well, from the elbow down, just connected via another pack. So that's also a swivel, and another swivel in the hand. There's nothing going on in the entire chest area. You can swivel around the diaper a little bit, but that doesn't really accomplish that much. So, I mean, yeah, that's about that. Then for the legs, Have that on ball hinges once more, go up and down as much as the dress allows it. The dress is not cut up, it's just completely covering it up, so we don't have much of that. And you can also rotate it on the ball itself. And then I think the shoes... What the hell just happened? What the hell just happened? Okay. Yeah, then the shoes do not... They're not on swivel, so... Also, by the way, she just lost her arms when we were trying to move her around. Awesome! And for your accessories, the key features of any Nendoroid, you got some crazy good faces. I love this kind of tsundere face which she's making over here. That's a classic one. Just like, oh, you want to leave Rushia? You want to leave Rushia's stream? You know, something like that. And just kind of like angry, also surprised. She's always angry or surprised, or maybe both at the same time. And then we also have the base, which has like the butterfly on it and has its own design, like all the Nendoroid Hololive figures have. It looks amazing, and I like it. And then you also have the arm to connect it to the figure, and you have a little fan that, a little ghost, which also has its own base. You connect that to the back, is on a ball, and then you have the hinges in there, ends on another ball in the base. You have the little chick, which sits on her head for most of the streams, which doesn't have anything to connect her to the head, it just kind of sits on it. So that's kind of annoying. Then we have a table, which I think was for like the 3D Halloween stream or something, where she broke the table. And you can break the table. I think there's something in the lower half too. No, it just kind of goes like this and just kind of poof. Rah! And then we have the knife, which is also very much iconic. Knives have showed up in her streams, I think a couple of times. You know, again, when she's threatening you, when you try and do something stupid. Then we have only one bent knee on this one. We have the two bent elbows, because like on the figure itself, you have like pretty much straight elbows. With this, you can't have it bent. And then you have like two fist hands, but like on this one fist hand, you have the hole for the knife. But then you have the other regular fist hand to replace that. And finally you have another arm piece, which from what I can tell is angled a little bit more. You have like one pose on the box where she kind of has like the fist in front of her chest, kind of like. So that's maybe what that's for. But as I'm saying, it's a lot more angled over here, so it goes out more to the side. So, you know, just like get a little bit of a different angle for your arms. Final thoughts! I like this one, but I also don't like this one. I love the accessories, I love the tables, and the face sculpts have so much personality, the fan that, and of course having the knife is always a plus. However, I mean, I talked about it in great detail how much I'm much more a fan of the color scheme for the Figma, for example. This one just seems a little bit bright, and the shading in the hair is barely noticeable, so there's kind of a little bit of a minus on that regard. But I just repeat myself, if you love Rushia and if you're just a fan of this design, I would grab it right now, because this is the last time we're gonna get some Rushia merchandise, because she's graduated from Hololive, she's moved on to a different plane of existence, I would call it like that. Without going too much into detail, you know, I want to respect everybody's privacies, so don't write it down in the comments. Well, then again, I don't care. If you want to write it down in the comments, that's fine, but everybody has a right to know. But still, I'm rambling again, so I do kind of still recommend this one, even though I really don't like the color scheme as much, and which makes it a little bit boring, but otherwise the accessories are great, so partially recommend it if you're a fan of Rushia. But if you can have the Figma, I would get that one instead. That's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever Rushia wants.
行くで